Parkland, Florida looks perfect in pictures, but beneath the glossy exterior lies a complex reality worth exploring. In the next 10 minutes, I'll reveal what other realtors keep quiet about so you can make a decision you won't regret. I'm Gino Santos, and I've guided hundreds of families to their ideal South Florida homes. Like the Johnson family, for example, who almost bought in the wrong school zone. I steered them to a community they've loved for 5 years now. From million-dollar starter homes to strict zoning laws creating both peaceful neighborhoods and daily inconveniences, today you'll discover the authentic Parkland experience before making your move. The call to adventure: is Parkland really worth the hype? Everyone talks about Parkland as the perfect suburban paradise, but is it really all sunshine and rainbows? Let's find out what's actually true here. As a realtor helping families move to Florida every day, I can tell you that Parkland has become one of those dream destinations that pulls people from across the country. With its lush green spaces and tree-lined streets, it truly embodies its name, a community designed to feel like living in a park. But before you start packing your bags, there's something you need to know about this sought-after suburb. This pristine landscape comes with a premium price tag. Here's a reality check. Parkland's popularity comes with serious financial considerations. The median home price in Parkland sits at over $1 million, positioning it among Florida's most exclusive residential markets. This creates the first major challenge for anyone considering a move to Parkland. You have to honestly ask yourself, do the benefits living here justify spending potentially hundreds of thousands more than you would in neighboring cities? The price difference here is substantial. While Parkland homes command that $1 million price tag, just a short drive away in Coral Springs, the median home price is around $500,000. Go a bit further to Margate and you're looking at approximately $400,000 for a comparable home. That's a $500,000 difference, which could fund college educations, significantly boost your retirement savings, or purchase a vacation property. This is where the decision gets complicated for many families I work with. Beyond housing costs, the overall cost of living in Parkland sits at 54% above the national average, making it one of the most expensive places to live in Florida. While groceries and utilities run about average for the region, the higher cost touches nearly every aspect of daily life. I always tell my clients to examine what creates that premium environment. One major factor is Parkland's strict zoning regulations, designed to maintain the city's park-like character and residential focus. The benefit is beautiful, spacious neighborhoods with abundant green space. The downside is limited commercial development within the city limits. Now, this creates an interesting dynamic affecting daily life. While your neighborhood will be peaceful and pristine, you'll likely find yourself driving to neighboring communities for many shopping, dining, and entertainment options. It's kind of like a trade-off between tranquility and convenience that works beautifully for some families but frustrates others. When I drive clients through Parkland, they often comment on how different it feels from other Florida suburbs. There's a noticeable absence of strip malls and commercial clutter that you see elsewhere. Instead, you see carefully planned neighborhoods with generous lot sizes and thoughtful landscaping. It's intentionally developed to feel separate from the surrounding areas, which is precisely what makes it both special and more expensive. Now, despite these challenges, the high price of entry, elevated cost of living, and need to travel for some amenities, thousands of families still choose Parkland every year. Now, after helping dozens of clients make this move, I can tell you firsthand there are compelling reasons for their choice. So is Parkland really as family-friendly as everyone says? In my professional experience, yes it is. But that family-friendly atmosphere comes with a premium price tag that requires careful consideration. The peaceful neighborhoods, outstanding schools, and strong sense of community are the everyday reality for Parkland residents. However, these benefits require substantial financial commitment that isn't feasible for every family. I've had clients who initially targeted Parkland but ultimately chose nearby communities after weighing their priorities. Others determined that Parkland's benefits justify stretching their budget. There's no universal right answer here. It depends entirely on your family's specific needs and financial situation. Remember to click subscribe and hit that bell to stay up to date. If you're looking for a realtor that can help you here in Parkland, look no further. Contact me by texting me at the number below, 561-871-1889. Now back to the program. Number 3, crossing the threshold, education and safety in Parkland. When families ask me why they're paying the premium to live in Parkland, I always point to two major factors: education and safety. These aren't just marketing buzzwords here. They're packed by real numbers that show why so many parents consider the investment worthwhile. Let me tell you about the schools that draw families to Parkland from across the country. Huron Heights Elementary consistently ranks among the top performers in Broward County with great schools ratings that far exceed state averages. Now, I remember showing a property to the Martins family who gasped when I mentioned the school's performance metrics. They told me this is exactly why they were willing to stretch their budget. River Glades Elementary follows the same pattern, where students routinely outperform their peers across Florida on standardized tests. Then there's the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, which despite facing tremendous challenges in recent years, maintains its reputation for academic excellence. The school continues to prepare students exceptionally well for college and careers with impressive graduation rates and college acceptance statistics. These educational institutions have become central to the community's identity. The schools here create a shared experience that connects families and reinforces property values in a continuous cycle. But here's the question every parent relocating to South Florida asks me. Is spending hundreds of thousands more for a Parkland address actually worth it for the schools alone? It's a legitimate concern, especially when neighboring communities offer decent educational options at much lower price points. The answer depends entirely on your priorities. For families who place education at the absolute top of their list, Parkland Schools delivers measurable advantages. Now, others might decide that good but not top-tier schools in more affordable areas make more financial sense for their situation. Regarding safety, Parkland stands as a fortress of security in South Florida. The crime rate here is 77% lower than the national average. This translates to real peace of mind that many residents consider priceless. To illustrate, Parkland's violent crime rate sits at just 7.3 compared to the national average of 22.7. Property crime tells a similar story, 15.5 versus 35.4 nationally. Now let me tell you a story about the Johnsons who moved here last year from Chicago. They told me they slept soundly for the first time in years. Within weeks, their children were playing outside with minimal supervision, something increasingly rare in today's world. The Broward Sheriff's Office Parkland District deserves much credit for the safety record. They oversee all public safety and code enforcement throughout the city, creating a consistent presence that residents notice and appreciate. When my clients move to Parkland, I always recommend they introduce themselves to the community officers. Parkland's intentional design contributes significantly to security. The limited access points, thoughtful street layouts, and emphasis on visibility all create natural deterrents to crime. Unlike communities that add security features as afterthoughts, Parkland incorporates them from the beginning. I've had families tell me how quickly they adjusted to Parkland's sense of security. Parents who previously wouldn't let their kids wait at the bus stop alone suddenly find themselves comfortable with their children having independence they never thought possible. The relationship between schools and safety in Parkland creates a unique environment that's difficult to find elsewhere in South Florida. Now, these two factors reinforce each other, creating communities where children can thrive both academically and personally. This combination explains why property values in Parkland tend to hold steady or appreciate even during market downturns. I find that families will sacrifice a lot to provide these twin benefits for their children. The road of trials, daily life, and commuting reality. That steady property value comes with a hidden cost that most realtors won't mention until after you've fallen in love with a home. The tranquil atmosphere Parkland is famous for exists partly because there's almost no commercial development within the city limits as mentioned, meaning your peaceful paradise requires a car and extra travel time for practically everything. Driving through Parkland transforms your experience immediately. Roads wind past manicured landscapes with lower speed limits, typically about 30 to 40 miles per hour, creating that peaceful park-like feel that gives the city its name. Quiet residential streets replace commercial chaos, allowing children to ride bikes while neighbors stop to chat. Here's a reality check I give all my clients. That same design making Parkland so appealing means more time in your car. Unlike most Florida communities with convenient shopping on every corner, Parkland deliberately limits commercial spaces. Many residents happily accept this trade-off, but you should understand it before moving. I remember showing homes to the Wilsons last year. They fell in love with a gorgeous property in Western Parkland. 2 weeks after moving in, Miss Wilson called me slightly panicked. She said it took her 25 minutes just to get milk and bread. Now that moment of realization happens to many new residents who underestimate the daily logistics. For everyday necessities, you'll drive to neighboring communities. The closest shopping centers are in Coral Springs or Boca Raton. Most residents develop weekly routines, perhaps stopping at shops of Parkland on their way home from work, and some families make a dedicated shopping day part of their weekend routine to minimize trips. Dining options within Parkland itself are limited to a handful of restaurants. For variety, you'll head to the Walk of Coral Springs or Boca Raton's Town Center for upscale options. Now, many residents appreciate returning to their quiet neighborhood after dinner out, but consider this if spontaneous restaurant visits are part of your lifestyle. Your daily commute deserves serious consideration here. Parkland sits west of the I-95 with the Sawgrass Expressway along its western edge. Typical commute times work like this. Fort Lauderdale, you're looking at about 25 to 35 minutes. Miami, 45 to 60 minutes. West Palm Beach, you're looking at 30 to 40 minutes. Now, these times reflect ideal conditions though, which are rare during peak hours. The Sawgrass Expressway and I-95 experience significant congestion during rush hour. Miami commuters often leave before 6:30 a.m. to arrive by 8 o'clock. Now, this significant lifestyle factor surprises many new residents, especially those used to living closer to work. Car ownership isn't optional, it's essential. Parkland wasn't designed with public transit in mind. Every adult needing independent mobility requires their own vehicle here, adding to your overall living costs. Now, this creates what I call the Parkland paradox, paying premium prices for peaceful separation while spending more time and money on transportation. Families with school-aged children often find this worthwhile, valuing a safe community with excellent schools despite additional driving. Now, others adapt differently. Young professionals or empty nesters who enjoy nightlife sometimes feel restricted by the isolation. Some become more intentional about outings, while others eventually relocate. One client told me in the past, "I loved my Parkland home, but after 3 years, I realized I was spending more time in my car than in my beautiful backyard." Parkland's masterful planning creates distinct neighborhoods separated by green spaces and golf courses. While aesthetically pleasing, this increases distances between homes and services. Western Parkland residents, for example, often drive 10 to 15 minutes to reach the nearest gas station or pharmacy. The intentional distance from urban centers ultimately becomes a price many residents gladly pay for the quality of life they enjoy when returning home each evening. The reward, recreation, and community life. When residents return home after those lengthy commutes, they're entering a community designed around active living rather than passive existence. The same city that deliberately limits commercial development has invested heavily in creating social spaces that transform Parkland from a mere bedroom community into something that feels more like a private oasis. Let me share what makes Parkland's recreation scene special. The Parks and Recreation Department orchestrates a year-round calendar of events that keeps residents connected. From fitness classes to teen movie nights and summer camps, there's always something happening. This active community life is what many residents point to when asked if the premium cost of living here is worth it. For them, the answer is a resounding yes. The crown jewel of Parkland's recreation system is Pine Trails Park, the neighborhood heartbeat where friendships form and memories are made. The amphitheater hosts monthly concerts that transforms warm Florida evenings into social gatherings. The popular Eats and Beats events combine live music with a diverse array of food trucks, creating a vibrant atmosphere. And between the sports facilities and open spaces, Pine Trails serves as Parkland's unofficial downtown, a place where community actually happens. Pine Trails Park is where a family truly connected with Parkland, shares Jennifer. She's a resident here of 5 years. The concerts and events there helped us meet neighbors who've become our closest friends. That sense of belonging is worth every penny of living here. From November through April, the Equestrian Center at Temple Park transforms it into one of Broward County's largest farmers markets, drawing visitors from the entire Tri-County area. With impressive displays of organic produce, baked goods, gourmet items, and arts and crafts, the farmers market has become a weekend ritual where residents reconnect and visitors experience Parkland's charm. What truly sets Parkland apart is the variety of its 9 distinct parks, each with a unique purpose. Barkland gives dog owners a dedicated space for their pets. The Doris Davis Wilderness Preserve offers tranquil nature Florida landscapes. The Equestrian Center maintains Parkland's semi-rural character. Liberty Park features a splash pad for children. Quigley Tennis Center serves sports enthusiasts, and the 6-acre Wood Park and Terramar Park provide additional recreational spaces. Now, this diversity means residents rarely need to leave city limits to find outdoor experiences that match their mood. For adults seeking connections, Parkland offers co-ed softball leagues, tennis programs, and men's basketball, creating social networks that make a community feel like home. The city partners with local organizations to offer youth baseball, basketball, football, lacrosse, soccer, and tennis programs, creating natural meeting points for families. While Parkland isn't known for nightlife, the quality and variety of dining options might surprise you here. Deja Blue Restaurant serves Mediterranean cuisine, Bluefin Sushi offers Japanese and Thai dishes, Pizza Time Cafe makes both New York style and Sicilian pies, and Los Blocados brings Mexican flavors, while Carmela Coffee Company and Glick Gelato provide perfect spots for coffee and dessert. Is Parkland too boring for singles or young professionals? While the city certainly caters to families, the robust calendar of community events, outdoor recreation, and growing dining scene create more variety than expected. As Mark, a young attorney who moved to Parkland last year, puts it, I was hesitant about the family-focused reputation, but I found more authentic connections through community events here than I ever did downtown. Young professionals often appreciate the peaceful environment after stressful workdays, and community programs offer natural ways to meet people. It's not Miami or Fort Lauderdale, but that's precisely the point. Number 6, the return. Understanding the full cost of Parkland living. Let's talk about something that home listings never show you: the full financial picture of living in Parkland. You might fall in love with a beautiful $900,000 home, but that sticker price is just the beginning of your financial commitment. What many buyers don't realize until they're deep into their process is that the true cost of Parkland living includes several major expenses that can dramatically impact your monthly budget. Insurance costs, for example, in Florida can be surprising for newcomers, and Parkland is no exception. While Parkland's inland location provides some buffer from the extreme rates seen in coastal communities, Florida's hurricane risk drives up premiums considerably compared to most states. Your specific location within Parkland, home construction details, and roof age all impact your insurance rates. First-time Florida home buyers often receive insurance quotes 3 to 4 times higher than what they paid for in other parts of the country. The larger the lot sizes in homes in Parkland translates to higher utility costs. Are you maintaining extensive landscaping? Expect a higher water bill then. Those spacious homes with vaulted ceilings require more energy to cool during Florida's hot summers. Electric bills in Florida typically range from $150 to $250 monthly, but larger Parkland homes with pools and extensive outdoor lighting push those numbers higher. These monthly expenses compound over time. HOA fees vary widely across Parkland's neighborhoods. Now, many upscale neighborhoods have significant monthly assessments funding those gorgeous landscape entrances, community pools, and private parks. Some luxury communities charge well over $1,000 monthly in HOA fees alone. How will this affect your budget? Well, before committing to a specific neighborhood, investigate these non-negotiable fees thoroughly. The mortgage landscape in 2024 adds another layer of complexity. With current interest rates between 6.5% and 7.2% for a 30-year fixed loan, housing costs dramatically more monthly than a few years back. In real numbers, a $600,000 loan at 3% interest available in 2021 would cost about $25.29 monthly. That same loan at today's 7% rate costs approximately $39.93 per month, nearly $1,500 more every month for the exact same house. This fundamentally changes the affordability equation for many potential buyers. And then there's property taxes. Property taxes in Parkland deserve serious attention when planning your move. With Broward County's tax rate averaging around 1.08% of your home's assessed value, you're facing a significant annual expense. For a home assessed at $1 million, you'll pay approximately $10,800 in property taxes yearly. That's $900 per month just in taxes, more than many Americans pay for an entire apartment. While Florida has no state income tax, these higher property taxes directly fund those excellent schools and public services that make Parkland so desirable. Consider a typical Parkland family in a $900,000 home with a $700,000 mortgage at 7%. They might budget $4,600 for a mortgage, $800 for property taxes, $500 for insurance, $300 for HOA fees, and $250 for utilities. That's $64.50 monthly for housing alone before maintenance costs. Despite these costs, Parkland has shown strong property value appreciation over time. Homes appreciated by approximately 6 to 9% in 2024, with strong growth projected for 2025. This appreciation potential helps balance the equation as your investment typically grows more reliably here than in many communities. The current market dynamics favor long-term value. Parkland remains seller-friendly with limited inventory and continued high demand. The influx of out-of-state buyers from high tax states continues to support strong property values. With limited supply and consistent demand, you have a recipe for long-term price stability and growth. In conclusion, is Parkland, Florida the best place to live? After looking at everything, I can tell you this: Parkland's strong sense of community is what truly sets it apart. The city's commitment to preserving green spaces with 9 beautiful parks creates that special family-friendly environment everyone talks about. Parkland delivers exceptional quality of life through its recreational facilities and cultural events that keeps residents connected. The community's welcoming energy makes newcomers feel at home immediately. Ready to discover if Parkland is your perfect match? Reaching out to me is your first step towards this transformative journey. I help families make these big decisions every day. Your new beginning in Parkland awaits. Let's discover it together. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit that bell to stay up to date. If you're looking for properties here in Parkland or anywhere in South Florida, contact me below. And if you need help, visit my website at GinoSantarosa.com. There you can scroll across tons of properties. Thanks for watching. I'm Gino Santarosa with North to South Realty. Remember, if you have any questions, text me anytime at 561-871-1889. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more episodes like this one and hit that bell to stay up to date. Thanks for watching.